Hi everyone, this is Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to a twin flame reading. Today I'm going to ask my spirit guides about a connection. Before I started this reading, I meditated. Spirit, what do you want me to share? They're saying they have a runner who wants to stop running. They're sharing with me now that this person is obsessing over you. They know that they messed it all up. Maybe they're taking blame. Maybe they are living up to the consequences of their actions somehow. But they want to know, how do they stop running? Why are they running? What is going on? And why is it so intense? So we're going to call in our spirit guides now. We're going to get some messages. If this reading is for you or you found this reading, I'm glad you found this channel. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let's see what Spirit has for you for messages. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you have? What do you need me to hear today? What loving messages for my twin do you want me to know? I am listening for you now. I have nightmares about what I did to you. They know they messed up. Okay, they are admitting that they have regrets. They're admitting that they blew it. You know, I mean, I don't know how to repair the damage. I don't know how to fix things. I know I need to apologize. So I would say that that's a starting point, that they've got to step forward. They've got to have the courage to look you in the eye and explain things or apologize. So they know they have to do that. I feel lost in my life without you. Okay, so I feel the void, I feel the space, I feel the distance, I feel you pulling away more and more. I can't stand that. I feel so far away from you. And twins do feel that. You physically can feel the distance. It's such a hard feeling. In this silence, I do love you. So even when we're not talking, I do still love you. And twins do. I like to think that twins never stop loving each other, even when they're going through difficult times. Sometimes they just can't bear to be together because they haven't learned their lessons. But I would like to think that this person loves you even in the silence. Okay, so I think that's beautiful. Let's get some cards going. I do have some initials and some charms for you today as well, so we'll do those. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you need us to know? I'm longing for you. I'm craving you. I'm thinking about you. You may not think that they're thinking about you, but they are. And it was almost like in the wee hours in the middle of the night, you know, I think about you. So they're saying it's a song in their head. They have a song in their head. I don't know if it's the sound of your voice or the last things that you guys said to each other, but it's something that's just kind of replaying in their mind over and over again. Spirit, please share with me. I've been conflicted. I've been going back and forth between hot and cold energy. I have been having a hard time with making a decision about what I have to do next, or how do I stop running? How do I face my fears of I'm going to get hurt? How do I admit my feelings? So I do feel, unfortunately, that they're drinking those answers. You know, they don't have the answers. So, you know, it's kind of like, pour me another drink. Not very flattering, quite frankly. It's not something that they are proud of. It's that they're alone. They're lonely at night, and they are finding themselves in just a really bad routine of either coming home from work and drinking more than they normally do, and then kind of like passing out, going to bed, getting up again. So they're really not in a very healthy space. Maybe they drank before, but if they drank before, they're drinking more now. They're using it as an excuse, Spirit just said, so that they can escape. It's a form of escapism. I feel broken. My heart is shattered. My heart is shattered, and I feel betrayed. I could have betrayed you. I broke your heart. There is a feeling of, I don't know if I can ever repair your heart. How could I ever make this up to you? And that could be the fear of why they keep running, or that they're silent, is they just don't think that they can repair the damage, that the damage is so far gone that you would never forgive them, or you would always hold it against them, or we would never be happy again. And that's not the truth. People, I mean, especially twin flames. If anybody gets back together, it's twin flames. They somehow always find their way back to each other. Spirit, please share with me. I have confessions. I want to come clean. Okay, so if they do come forward, it's because they're ready to talk and they're ready to share. They're ready to say, I definitely want to tell you what happened. I want to tell you why I ran. I want to tell you why I haven't called. I think they owe you that much. I would say, I think that that's something that they had better start talking. It's like they better start opening that mouth of theirs. Okay, Spirit, what do we have? I have silence. Yeah, you haven't heard from me, right? It's like talking to a stone wall. And they could have started that silence right before they ran. That happens a lot. They start breaking down. You feel like something's off. You feel that you're not communicating. You're talking to them. It's going right over their head. They're not really acknowledging or engaging with you. And you just feel like something's off. And then the next thing you know is all of a sudden this person is like, I don't want to do this anymore. And see you, bye. So yeah, the silence could have started even before they actually walked out the door or ended things, but maybe we didn't catch it. Maybe we didn't see what exactly they were doing. We just were starting to get a feeling that something was off. Spirit, please share with me. I have sorrow. I'm definitely depressed. I'm definitely feeling the pain. I didn't think it would hurt this bad, Spirit just said. So, you know, it's always the person who runs who's always shocked and surprised that I feel hurt. It's like, what did you think was going to happen? But yeah, they're feeling it too. And even though they wanted it, it doesn't mean that they don't have feelings. They certainly have feelings. They feel like they were just cut in half. They feel like somebody just tore their arm out of their socket. So it's sad all the way around is how I feel. Spirit, please share with me. I'm totally stressed. It came in more as I'm like up to my eyeballs with something at work. Maybe you were a good venting, you know, they could vent to you, they could rant and rage and get it off their chest. And you kind of knew the situation and you always made them feel better. And you were their sounding board. But now I feel like they've got a lot of stress on them. Things are piling up, Spirit just said, whether it's money issues or kid issues or custody issues or other people in their life that are pulling them in 1,000 different directions. But, you know, life isn't easy. And the one thing that they had was, I feel like not only did they run from you, but I feel like they have a tendency to run from life. That when life gets too busy, when life gets too hard, they just kind of shut down. They tune out. They don't take care of their business. Maybe they start drinking more than they normally would. Maybe they isolate more. And they just kind of want the world to go away and life to be easier. But that's not how you get out of problems. That's not how you get out of situations. You dress up and show up even when you don't want to, and you fix things. And if this person has a tendency to just put the pile over there and just keep throwing stuff on the pile, they never get to the bottom of the pile. So they never fix what's really at the root of why they feel like they have to always escape to make it easier on themselves. So they've got to learn how to fix themselves. You can't fix them, Spirit just said. So maybe that's been going on. You cannot fix this person. I have loyalty. I want to rebuild your trust is how it came into me. So also I like this golden retriever. My husband loves golden retriever puppies. That's like, he used to have one. So, you know, every time we see golden retriever puppies, he's like, oh, but I want to rebuild your trust is, is really what came into me. So it doesn't even mean that there's a third party. It could be that, you know, I walked away without giving you an explanation, or I ran and pushed you away for the wrong reasons. I gave you excuses. I'm pretending I'm just really busy with work and don't have time for this connection, when really what's happening is I'm becoming very vulnerable, and I'm really afraid that I'm getting in too deep emotionally. And what if you hurt me? So there's a sense of, how could I rebuild your trust? That's huge. I have a Page of Swords. Okay, Page of Swords. I have a Ten of Cups. I have a Hierophant. And I have a Seven of Cups. So it was a little bit of a, maybe it's wishful thinking. Maybe I'm hoping I'll change. Maybe I'm hoping I'll heal. This feeling of, I want to talk. I mean, the page is, I want to talk. Even I'm curious about what you've been doing. The Ten of Cups is definitely, I feel like I'm kicking myself, because I'm wondering if you're okay. I'm wondering if you're happy. And believe it, I know you might not believe this, but your twin still loves you. And you're, at the end of the day, your twin probably said to you, I just want you to be happy. And if, I hate when people say, and if being and not being with me makes you happy, then, you know, that's what I want for you. No, being with you makes me happy. Okay, don't push me away because you think that's going to make me happy and I can be with somebody else, because you can't give me what you think I want. There's all these mixed feelings. There's all these mixed emotions with, I want you to be happy. And at what point is this person going to accept that what makes me happy is you saying, I want to be with you. I love being with you, and I'm not going to keep running from you. So that's what makes you happy. So they've got to find their own values with this Hierophant. They've got to find it within themselves that they're strong enough that you don't walk away from someone you love, Spirit just said. And that's probably what's hurt you the most. If you loved me, you wouldn't have walked away from me. If you really meant those words, you wouldn't have ghosted me. You wouldn't be in this giving me the silent treatment right now. You wouldn't have blocked me on your phone. So it is a sense of, I'm questioning that, you know, and I think a lot of people do that. If you loved me, you wouldn't have walked away, right? But do people hurt people they love? Yeah, they do. You know, ask anybody who's, you know, got a family member that's struggling with drug addictions. You know, they steal from them, they lie to them. You know, this is supposed to be a loving family member, and they're hurting them. They're hurting the other family members. You know, so people do hurt people they love. It's not, I'm not accepting it, but they do. Let's get some initials. Let's see if we can get some initials. Let's see if they connect to you. First initials, last initials. Maybe we'll spell your name or their name. And I do have this big, beautiful bowl of rubber erasers. I had gotten these at the beginning of the school year, and I'm like, these are going to work. These are going to work for my initials. So cool. I'm always looking for fun stuff. Okay, so they're cool. They work. I have the letter K. I have an O. I have an E. I have an H. I have an X. I have another E, another H, the letter P. I have a Y. I have another K. E, lots of E's. Okay, the letter B. And I have a P. I have the letter C. And I have the letter I, and then I have a bunch of numbers. So let me see what I'm feeling for numbers. Okay, I'm going to do this. I have 777. So I have an angel number coming in. 777. I have a 25, the 25th of the month, and I have a 52. So that could be an age of somebody. I have 52. So, or I could do 5 for May and 2 maybe for February. Those could be birthday months, something like that. Okay, so there are our letters, and some of you may definitely connect to those. So let me know. I always love to hear that they made sense to you or they connected to you somehow. All right, and let's see what else they want to share. Spirit, tell me more about this connection. We hurt people that we love. We do. I don't know why. I caught you. Finding evidence, getting caught, cheating, that's very, very hurtful. If there was evidence, if this was, you hurt me, you lied to me, third-party situation. They have a lot of explaining to do. That would be very hurtful. Keeping a promise. I need you to keep your promises. Maybe they said, I'm not going to run. I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to stay by your side. The next thing you knew, you haven't talked to them in 3 weeks. You haven't heard from them. You don't know if they're dead or alive. That's a breaking a promise. Spirit, please share with me. Getting a room. Okay. When were you with this person? What's the evidence? What made you cross that line? You know, if somebody admits how they met somebody or when they were with somebody, or you find out about it, you know, and then we're obsessing over what happened and how it happened, and you know, you can't get it out of your head. And sometimes that's the part you can't get over. Is just I can't get it out of my head. So I have getting played, manipulation and control. I'm not going to let you play me. So this person, they know they messed up. They know they messed up. And you are stronger. You're stronger than you know. And yeah, twin flames learn lessons. Yes, there's always one that is the runner, and there's one that's the chaser. And there's this feeling of we can fix things. Even with some really difficult situations, there's always this energy of we can fix things. So there is forgiveness. I just asked Spirit. There is forgiveness. So maybe there's forgiveness in your heart. Maybe it's not as bad as this kind of situation, but it could be just I haven't heard from this person. They're sharing with me that you're deep in my soul is how it came into me. And that is probably the part that you can't get out of your mind or your body, because no matter what you do, no matter how long the distance, it's almost like you can feel this person. You can feel this person's love. You feel like they're talking to you. You can feel this weird pull. Why am I obsessing over this person? And it could be years. Twin flames have this incredible, years could be, you haven't seen this person in years and you still feel exactly the same. So it doesn't ever really go away. It just kind of, you put it in its place for a while, because if in this lifetime you're not meant to be together, you have to move on and be with other people and enjoy your life and live your life and not obsess over somebody that you haven't been with in years. But it is deep in your soul. It is. And it's a very real thing. It is. You ghosted me. You disappeared. That's my runner. That's my true runner. My runner just doesn't think about how they are hurting the other twin by just walking away. My hands just tingled. So some of you, that's definitely what happened. And they get out there and they think that, you know, life is going to be easy. And then they start to feel the void. They feel the pain. They feel the heartache. They feel that you're still in their soul and they can't figure out why. And they start to realize that, you know, they're the one that pulled away, and they start to say, why? Why did I do this? And I want to fix things. I need to surrender. I need to let go. I need to admit my feelings. Please be patient with me, they're saying. Yikes. Yeah, that's hard. There's a lot of waiting. There is a ton of waiting with twin flames. One has to go out and learn another lesson and do some healing. And it is only then, when they have done some work, that they can come back to the connection and the connection can continue. So if this person's surrendering to what they've been fighting, I've been fighting my feelings, I've been fighting fear of abandonment, rejection, my self-esteem, my confidence I've been working on, whatever it is they need to learn. I can't deny the magnetic attraction, and that's the truth. There, you know, twins can look across the room. There could be 600 people in an audience, and you don't even know your twin is there. And something inside of you says, my twin is in the room, and you look and they look at you at the same time and your eyes meet. And you go, there's 600 people in this audience, but you knew that your twin, you were going to see your twin. So it's such an amazing telepathic psychic connection that only when those types of events happen to you does it blow your mind. And you could say you have a magnetic attraction for anybody, but not like a twin. It's like a lightning bolt. It's surreal at times. And that's why when they're not in your presence and they're not with you, you can't replace it. You have a hard time replacing it because nobody is that magnetic to you. So you think, I'm just not attracted to other people. It's not that you're not attracted to other people. It's that the attraction between twins is just so high of a vibration. Because think of it as in the universe, initially it was a separation. It was a atomic bomb that went off and two souls were created. And each soul got a half a heart. So that explosion energy is in you. I have music, harmony, melody. Again, I've got this song singing in my head that I just can't get rid of. So you could have a song literally that is yours and you keep hearing it on the radio, or every song reminds you of your twin. You just can't stop it. Okay, let's get some charms. Let's see what they're saying with the charms today. So I have this beautiful bowl of charms, and I'm going to get a scoop. And let me see. Whoa, we got lots of charms. Okay, we're going to get some good messages. Let's see what we have. Let's see if I have any letters. I don't think this one has letters, but I'm going to turn these over to see what I'm working with. Okay, see what jumps out at me. Okay, all right. The first thing that's jumping out at me is these binoculars. Your twin is watching you. Okay, I don't care if they are sitting in their car a block away with binoculars to see who's coming and going in your house. I don't know if that's happening, but they're checking out your social media. They're driving by your house. They are seeing any activity. So they're keeping tabs on you. They know exactly what's going on. And I feel like they're keeping a close eye. I'm going to say it that way. They're keeping a close eye. this is prayers. This is just coming into me as prayers. I'm constantly praying for you. I'm constantly asking the gods to take care of you. I manifest you. I only want the best for you. So I just feel like no matter what, I always want the best for you, even if we're not together. That's okay. I have, what is this little guy? Hold on. I got to get my little tweezer, see if I can flip him over. He's a little gingerbread man. Okay, that came into me as a sweet tooth. Cookies, cookies, cake, sweet tooth. Maybe every time I eat a certain type of cookie, it could be like ginger snaps or something along those lines. But it could be like just a particular type of cookie that somebody always eats. So every time I see them, I'm reminded of my person. But it felt like it was a cookie of some kind. I have, what does this say? All right, this is moons. This is like, it's going through the cycle of the moons, the like a half moon, a crescent moon, full moon. So it's this, we're going through cycles. We keep going through the cycles. This might not be the first time that my twin has run. We've done this before, and we kind of end up in the same place again. So that could be something that I'm struggling with. I have the moon and the cat. Now that came into me as resting. The cat's kind of resting on the moon. The moon is a feeling of healing in a sense, that I'm trying to just rest my mind, get my mind around this connection. Okay, so I will give them that. That's the patience that I feel like Spirit wants you to have. I have a sun, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I have a sun. So the sun comes out. I feel, I mean, a sun would be an awakening to me, a better day, a happier day, happiness. Okay, looking for the joy, something along those lines. I do have a beach. I'm going to put the beach chair and the sun umbrella. Maybe they're sharing with me summertime, heading into the spring when it's warm enough to go to the beach, sitting in the sun, outside activities, that this connection will start to transition a little bit more, maybe finding some time to be together. So I'm just going to say the beach, and I have a starfish with that. So I'm going to put all these together. So if you're not near the beach, of course, you know, just sitting out in the sun, a park, a lake, a pool, somewhere like that. Okay, I have a bird cage. Now, your person could have run because they wanted to make sure they were free. They were afraid of commitment. They were starting to get vulnerable, that if I put much more time into this, you're going to somehow change my life or want to change my life. And I'm not ready for that. I haven't decided for that. So I don't want to be caught in a cage. And you weren't catching them in a cage. That's in their mind. They can do whatever they want. It's just be nice if we did it together. But, you know, were they feeling trapped? I mean, that's usually a runner's energy. A lot of runners will feel that. They'll say, I don't want to be held back. I want to make sure that I'm not missing out on anything. Well, you're going to miss out on me is what's going to happen. I have a marijuana leaf, and I have a bottle of wine. So I am going to go back to, I feel like I am definitely self-medicating. Okay. I'm alone. I'm isolating. I'm feeling bad for myself. I messed up. I don't understand why I pushed a good thing away, and I don't know what to do about it. So I'm self-medicating, and it's probably not very healthy for me. I have a black bird. I have a black cat. And I have a black squirrel. Maybe I just see, I keep coming across dark animals, like a black dog, a black cat. Maybe I see, a lot of black birds. Maybe it's just a sign, that Spirit's saying that this person isn't feeling good about themselves. They're in a black place. They're not happy. And so keep praying for them. But it feels more like I just randomly see, like a black lab, and then I'll see a black poodle. And, it's just like, it's weird. I'm not seeing more frequently. I'm seeing, darker colored animals and birds than I am white animals for some reason. So it could be Spirit's just way of saying that, my feelings aren't where I want them to be. So something with that. I do have a stethoscope with the doctor, and maybe somebody's a doctor, maybe somebody in the medical field, or maybe I'm worried about this is going to catch up to them, that, they're not taking care of their body. They're smoking, they're drinking, they're getting up and going to work and they're functioning, or maybe they're not, but I'm worried about them medically at some point, that you can't continue at that pace because it's just not good for your body. And then I have a ladybug, and I'm just going to say good luck. Okay. I'm going to say that I still feel hopeful, and I still feel like we can fix things. And I do feel like there's always hope. There's always hope that people feel better, learn their lessons, realize their feelings, try harder, don't always push somebody away. They learn their lesson that pushing you away didn't make things better. It made it worse. And that they really do want you in their life. So that just feels like just kind of an eye-opener. Spirit, please share with me some final messages. What is it that you need me to know? Okay. If you loved me, you wouldn't have walked away. That's a hard one, because, people say to themselves, well, they do love you. And they're like, yeah, well, if they love me, they would be here. They've got some stuff to work on, obviously. I feel blessed. Release them with love. Refrain from seeking revenge, and blessings will follow you. So while you're waiting, right, here's the patience. You pray for them. You ask Spirit to heal them. You ask Spirit to guide them. You ask Spirit to let them know that you love them. Okay? You talk to them telepathically. You send them healing messages until they feel better and they want to see you and they want to talk to you again. You ask them to come home. All in your mind and in your heart. A text message. I often pay attention to you. Let's discuss our issues and move forward. So maybe you'll get a text message from your person. This person's going to hit the wall at some point and realize that I really, really miss you. And I can't keep running, because in my meditation, Spirit had shared with me a runner who wants to stop running because they're obsessing over you now. Like they're not seeing you. So it's even worse. It's like, I'm obsessing over you. I'm constantly thinking about you. It's like, what have I done to myself? So they do want to stop running. Love or not, tossing and turning, wondering if it's love or just a fleeting infatuation. Well, we know it's love. I mean, I would say they know. They've got a broken heart too. They're feeling the pain. They're feeling the silence. We know it's love. It's not infatuation. It's way beyond that. So we know it's love. Spirit, please share with me. I feel grateful. If I have never crossed paths with you, my life would forever feel incomplete. Wow, that's big. Even though this person has hurt you, even though you're hurting right now, do you feel grateful that they were put in your life? That's a hard question, because, you say to yourself, well, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't have this pain. But you also wouldn't have experienced this intense emotion, this intense intimacy, this intense connection that a lot of people never feel in their lifetime. So I guess I wouldn't wish that away, but that's a really hard question, isn't it? But, you know, if we had never crossed paths, you know, am I grateful that you came into my life no matter what? A connection. He wants to connect with you, he or she. And you will build a deep relationship filled with sincerity. Well, that's really hopeful, isn't it? I do feel that twins always find their way, not always, but I like to think always. They find their way back to each other when the lessons are learned and some healing has happened and they are ready to pull that energy back together, and they reconnect right away and they kind of pick up where they left off, and they just keep moving forward in this ongoing journey as a twin. And it's really hard. It is. It's really hard. Spirit just said, don't ever stop loving. Okay, I guess that's the most important message. Don't ever stop loving. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. I want to thank you for being here. If you're new to my channel, new to this channel, hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you get future twin flame, soulmate readings, no contact readings. Comment below, tell me your story, claim it, own it, it's yours. It is a safe space here. If you would like to book a private reading with me, I'll put my website link below, KathyMammelin.psychicmedium.com. And for those of you that aren't aware, I do have 2 other channels. I have my main channel with lots of love readings and for my singles and love messages. And then I have my pick a card channel with some pick a card readings. So I'll put those links in the description below. Thank you for being here. We'll put this out into the universe. What did Spirit just say a moment ago? Don't ever stop loving. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.